And that's now our 11,000 women groups are.
So in a month, we can train 100 women in one location.
It's one of the oldest.
Some of the solutions so this, if the battery comes back to us, we'll easily open it and test which of these cells is malfunctioning. We're explaining the simple technology. So we're able to now pull out the one that is what is used for testing the cells. So with each of these, so this is all they do. And then, yes. The purpose of all this is to make sure that we support the government of Kenya in equipping our nation with digital skills. If you have a nation that has digital skills, the innovative, we're able to maneuver all the challenges that we have. So the partnership that starts today, and it is said that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one. Yeah? So today we are starting with that single step to make sure the track that Her Excellency has launched today will go across the country, equipping women, the youth, and any other person. We don't want to say, kama wewe ni boy child, masomo iko nje. So if also our young men and boys also want to learn, we are not also locking them out. So this is a program that will run across all the counties, training on digital skills, entrepreneurship, financial management and literacy, and also e-waste management. The reason we are doing this, we don't want just to train and leave. We want to equip people with skills that they can use. So the purpose of entrepreneurship training, part of it, is to say, once you have these skills, how can you use these skills in a way that can give you employment, or you can get jobs using those skills. So it is a program that will have all those components. It is something that we've already tried and tested.
I'm happy today, Your Excellency, that we are actually partnering with a very serious institution called Computer for Schools Kenya, who have actually started doing the issue of circular economy. For those of us who have not gone inside there, you see a waste material being converted to a very good, useful use. And therefore, we are actually saying that as a country, as Mama doing good, we are going to partner with such institutions so that we can actually enhance the issue of circular economy in this country, so that we minimize the waste that normally happens, whether it is inorganic waste that we get from our food, whether it is actually e-waste that we are actually experiencing in this area. Thank you so much, Computer for Schools, for actually championing the issue of e-waste. I know in Kenya, if waste management history is supposed to be written, at least you will have a chapter, if not a whole book on the same.
What I want to tell the women is be encouraged and take an advantage of this opportunity. We have 3 ditch trucks. One is Nimbusia, one is Kakuma. We have this one here, and we are making another one. So wherever you will be, we will find a way in partnership with Mama Doing Good and other partners to reach you where you are. These dig trucks, we don't require power. We have our own power. We have internet and qualified teachers to teach. The other thing we are doing here is to make sure our country is very safe. We don't allow dumping of electronic waste. If you have some in your house, bring them here, because that is what is causing a lot of diseases in this country and killing us. If we don't take action, in a few years we will be a sick nation, because you know cases of cancer and other ailments are increasing.
We have several programs under the digital economy. As you are aware, our president set up 5 key sectors of priority, one being agriculture, SMEs, and cooperatives, universal healthcare, and housing, and the last one is digital economy and the creative economy. So Your Excellency, today's focus, digital skills training, is really enabling us to unlock the potential in the digital economy and the creative economy. Some of the key programs that you are running under the Ministry of Information, Communication and Digital Economy is first is to enhance the digital connectivity of our country. And this is from the submarine cables all the way to the device, to the phone that Mwananchi has. So we are looking how to...
So we are happy to say that today our women want to get to the next level. I know it has been a while that we have been left behind. We hear about digital. We want to know how does this digital operate. We want to do our businesses online. And it is in today that we are happy to go digital through Computer for Schools Kenya that has partnered with us, and we say thank you. Thank you for remembering the women. As we celebrate International Women's Day, we are really grateful for remembering the women of Kenya and to help them to become digital savvy, to be computer literate, to be able to take their businesses to the next level. We want your businesses to be seen online. We want to see women transacting internationally with their businesses because of where we are going. The training here that we are talking about, entrepreneurship, we are talking about financial literacy, and that will enable you to get to the next level.
And I'm so excited this morning because the initiative that we have started this morning with Computer for Schools Kenya has just begun with 200 women, but from 20 zones. But going forward, Computer for Schools, together with the partnership of Mama Doing Good, is going to be training 500 women in the county of Nairobi. Thank you so much for Computer for Schools and we Kenya. This issue of waste indeed is a problem. And you know, we don't know sometimes. And kuna msemo wa Kiswahili ambao Waswahili wanasema tembea uone mengi. And you know, sometimes you look at your computer and you look at your phone, and as a layman like me, you may not know the components that are in that gadget. I'm actually surprised because I was asking the chair and Boniface to tell us some of the components that are in some of these things, you know, computers, you know, and phones. And one of the things that they've said is that you can even find gold and silver. And they are calling it urban mining. We are used to the normal mining where we go to the ground and mine things. And I've just seen the way they are able, you know, to remove the different components and be able to separate. And some of them have taken back for different uses. ICT Principal Secretary this morning has told us how the government is going digital with all her services. The President, you've heard him talk that about 6,000 government services are going to be done in a digital way. And you have seen even how the Hustler Fund has been disbursed. And I like what the President has said, that in the Kenya of tomorrow, you don't need to know anybody. Because we know that many times we are always asked, like, who do you know for your services to be done? Hata mtu ukitaka kufanya kitu, mama ukitaka kufanya kitu, unasema sasa mimi najua nani. You have to know somebody in immigration to get a passport. You have to know somebody to get a job. You have to know. I can assure you that the Kenya of tomorrow is a Kenya, as the President has told us, where you'll only have 3 people in that committee. That is yourself, your phone, and technology. Why can't we clap for our president? When we look at the statistics, even of the use of the mobile phones, we know that even with mobile money, just 25% has been used before, but because of that, it has moved to 80% in less than 2 decades. Look at what mobile money has done today, what M-Pesa has done. In fact, we really want to thank God for the technology that was born in this great country of Kenya, that today you cannot talk about mobile money without talking about Safaricom and without talking about Kenya. And I want to encourage everybody to continue embracing that work of mobile money, because it is the one that is going to help us, even when we talk about e-commerce and the things that we do in business as women. I was talking to women sometimes back, the joyful women, especially the ones that come from up country. And you know, sometimes when we want to go digital, you ask even for their numbers, and their numbers are registered under the names of their spouses, especially the husband or the children. And sometimes you are not able even to get to the woman, because when you are trying to transact with them, even on M-Pesa, you are not even sure whether that will really get to them. But I know things are changing. And I want to encourage us women that even live in the cities, that we can also encourage the women that live in the rural areas, because I know each one of us live in a city, but we also come from a rural area. May you be ambassadors for the women that live in the rural areas, in the villages, and in the counties where you come from. Just allow me in a special way this morning to appreciate the chairman, Dr. Musili, for being the brainchild behind the West Electrical and Electronic Equipment Center, that is the WEEC Center, which is helping deal with the e-waste menace in Kenya and the region through awareness, creation, recycling, and safe disposal of electrical and electronic waste. I'm told this is one of the largest e-waste management facility in Africa. Congratulations, Dr. Musili, and to you and your team for really initiating this that is helping the people of this great nation. And at Joyful Women Organization, we have become very, very deliberate to make sure that even the table banking services that we do are going to go digital. And I want to encourage you women that when that comes to your table, I want to encourage us to embrace the digitization, because it's going to help us. And knowing that at Joyful Women Organization is not just the table banking, but like I mentioned, it is also with the e-commerce, because we want to see women trade online. We want to see a woman in Mombasa trade with a woman in Kisumu, a woman in Kisumu selling her fish to a woman in Nairobi. And it can be so easy, because you can just get your money online and things can be very good. Our launch today is significant, as it is aligned with the 2023 International Women's Day theme, which is Digital Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. When I actually relooked at this theme of the International Women's Day, which is really happening in New York, the Commission on the Status of Women, I was very excited because of the word digital. We may look at it as digital, but actually it is digital, just to say that all of us need to go digital. And these tracks that Computer for Schools are going to be giving to the counties, we hear that, of course, you've heard there is one already in Kakuma, there is one in Busia. That is just a drop in the ocean. The desire they have is to make sure that we have these digitracks across the 47 counties of our great republic. And that is bringing service to the women. It is actually a bottom-up approach. So for that, we are very grateful because of that. You know, digital literacy is very important, because even as women, when you are doing your business, you need to go digital in everything that you are doing.